Here we go, chat. Top 16 of the Continental Championships. Charlie Walker.
Top 16 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Oceanic Championships 2022. Both these duelists have made it to top 16. They're now playing for a place in the top 8. So not only they have already won a crystal card for Blackluster Soldier Envoy of the Beginning and also a YCS prize card, they are now playing for a Yu-Gi-Oh! Oceanic Championship trophy and a Nintendo Switch with some
So Charlie Walker should be playing against Bowden, but they need to change Charlie Walker's name. That's not Charlie Walker. So it's Levi.
All the other prizes stated before.
Yep, it's a long list, but they have already
a lot to
achieved
play
a lot.
for.
These are the wrong names. These are the wrong names, chat. None of these names match up to who's in the tournament. Okay, so we've got Levi versus Daniel. The Levi, the top player above, is playing Floowanderees. And Daniel Peck below is playing Tier Elements. Okay, so we have Floowanderees versus Tier Elements.
We'll get the decks on screen soon. And the all-important dice roll.
Oh, we've seen. Actually, I think the dice roll hasn't been as important as it has been in the past. A lot of
Flunder hit the deck.
have been very competent going second. And a friendly handshake there. Love to see it.
Looks like Levi may have won that dice roll.
Or have I got it wrong?
And of course, both players already having reached the top 16 slot.
They're feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
they're
so
both
it's-
in good moves, you know.
Oh, we see a pot of duality. First time we've seen
Charlie
this
Walker
guy.
should not be
Top
against.
three
Charlie
cards
Walker's meant to be against Bowden.
and one to your hand, and we're seeing Floowanderee's Floowanderee's Ravina and Toucan.
Okay, Charlie's playing Heroes,
I missed it.
and Levi's playing Floowanderees, if this is correct.
Floowanderees this tournament. Levi managing to take this deck to top 16. Something
They're not doing a proper bracket.
expecting
What?
out of this deck, but still.
This is an incorrect bracket.
A lot of competition.
So Floowanderee's a deck that allows you just to normal summon.
This is the incorrect bracket,
with
bro.
the Floowanderee's effects, and the payoff being the boss monsters from the Floowanderee's archetype, as well as cards such as the Barrier Statue of the Storm Winds.
Yeah, and being able to use cards like Pot of Duality with absolutely no downside, of course. One of the things that card restricts you from doing is special summoning, something that Levi is not interested in doing.
So he's using a Magnificent Matter, revealing the Ravina in hand to banish the Floowanderee's Eaglin.
What the hell? I made a mistake here.
Immediately normal summon Floowanderee's Ravina.
So the Magnificent Map here getting you an additional normal summon and access to another Floowanderee's monster. Putting down the Barrier Statue of the Storm.
Okay, so Levi's definitely playing Floowanderees.
Cypher Gear Gamma.
And we're seeing here that Charlie Walker is playing Hero.
Wow. I did not expect. Wow, Floowanderee.
They aren't following the standard.
I expected from top 16, but I'm happy to see it. Floowanderee, as our lovely stream team has put up. We'll have to get that fixed relatively soon.
I think it's being cut off. Only a certain amount of digits, I think, on the screen there, but it is Floowanderee's.
Yes. Hero, not a deck that we have seen a lot of either. Definitely a deck that is capable of.
Yeah, this is incorrect.
Hoping to.
Chat, this is incorrect. This match should not be happening.
Going second cards that we've seen so far. Cards like Forbidden Drop
Starting this year, they actually randomized the top cut.
do have a Wind Fusion monster.
What? Why? So people can't predict it.
Yet to see what is in Charlie's hand playing.
If it's because people can't work out what they're playing against and who they're playing against, then I understand that.
Passing on.
That's crazy. Even if the pairing's broke, there's no reason they can't build the correct bracket by hand. Bro, it's easy to work from hand.
The Magnificent Map here has a secondary effect where if Charlie chooses to normal summon a card, Levi can then immediately normal summon as after that resolves.
Yeah. And with the Barrier Statue of the Storm is on the field, that is something that Charlie wants to do.
And he's
Charlie
picking
scoops
his
up with
cards.
heroes.
We're going into
Wow.
game 2, so he doesn't even want to reveal
Yeah.
any of his deck to Levi.
This
Levi
might be-
taking out game 1 of the top 16 there.
This is interesting. I think because Charlie is playing a deck like Hero, if he sees a board like that, a field where he is unable to, effectively play his strategy, why reveal it? Levi's not going to be
I
prepared
agree.
for a Hero deck. Although one of the difficulties for Charlie...
Are they randomizing it?
One of the most powerful
No,
cards
Connor, Alex. Connor got knocked out.
the Masked Hero Dark Lore.
Euro bracket was correct. Yeah, that's right. Euro bracket was correct.
Like Floowanderee's.
No, Floowanderee's, every single Floowanderee's bird does banish itself when it leaves the field.
Yeah, they have no problem with all cards being banished instead of sent to the graveyard.
That's so strange.
Charlie does have access to a card like Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, which has proven itself, I would say, to be a powerful.
It is
Powerful
a bit of
option.
a nuisance there for most decks to deal with, and obviously since the Predator Plant Anaconda did go to the ban list, we haven't seen much of Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, but the Hero
Not a lot
deck.
of Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, but Hero is the deck to play it in still. Will happily make that card with Polymerization if given the option. So we do not have access to the side deck list for these players, although Charlie did not seem to make a large number of adjustments to his deck here.
Apparently there's an issue with their KDS system.
Of course, Charlie
KTS system.
attempt to go second, but I think in the face of the barrier statue,
Happened in 2019 as well.
incentivized to go first.
Is normal summon in the Elemental Hero Stratos, and Levi chaining the Dimensional Shifter, meaning that every card now that is sent from the
This is so fucked up.
banished instead.
This is so fucked up, chat.
End of Levi's turn.
It's probably worth revealing on stream here that I am a very avid hero player, and as Charlie is demonstrating,
This is embarrassing.
Dimensional Shifter is a big problem. The deck does utilize the graveyard for most
Absolutely
of its
embarrassing.
plays. And Levi passing over to Levi there, but Levi in a really good position.
So we're here seeing Pot of Prosperity. Levi, the extra deck, not really a problem here for Floowanderee.
Very likely
How is that fair on the players?
extra deck cards that Levi had no intention of ever summoning. Let's look at the top 6 cards and add 1 to his hand.
So seeing Rabina, a Toucan, DD Crow.
Okay, so it's Heroes versus Flunderees. This match should not be happening. It should be Charlie against Bowden and Levi against a different player.
And for Levi.
Those cards going back to the bottom of the deck. He does have the Magnificent Map in hand.
Looks like Levi is going to go for
Apparently this happened in 2019 as well, which means it changed the outcome of the players who went to Worlds, and it would have changed the outcome for the World Championships. I don't know why there's not an uproar. Or do the players not work out their bracket? So chat, if you're just joining,
He adds the barrier statue of
They-
Stormwind. Sorry,
incorrectly paired the round,
level 4 or lower, I believe.
and they're just going with it now.
Skipping a step there, going to search the end pen off of the
Eaglin.
Eaglin summoned after the Robina.
This is actually embarrassing.
We saw Dimensional Shifter sort of turned off Charlie's turn. He didn't really want to lose too much of his cards to the Banish Zone.
I mean, I don't think Hero is capable of playing underneath a Dimensional Shifter. The card added off of the Stratos
Well,
was
we
going to
see
be nice.
Solemn Judgment, a card where Charlie will have to.
Okay, this is a good solemn. This is a very good solemn judgment.
The Empen.
And that's interesting because the way that the Floowanderee's cards, they are all normal summons, makes them susceptible to a card like Solemn Judgment.
This happened at YCS Charlotte too. They posted the paper pairings, and everything thankfully a few players noticed, and they repaired it.
And looks like 2 copies of Super Polymerization on Charlie's field. Nothing to deal with Mystic
But
Mind
they,
as of yet.
but they don't know how to fix it at this one. So, but they fix it in Charlotte.
Having to pass his turn straight back to Levi. Levi drawing. Looks like a DD Crow.
The outcome of this tournament
Charlie have
is crazy.
card in his deck to answer Mystic Mind.
I'm sure he will. I mean, game 2, he's going against Floowanderee's spell and trap removal. Quite good in that matchup. So
I agree. But you see here, Levi also has the option of just using the Mystic Mind to sort of take a turn off, and then can just immediately start trying to do the exact same thing on the following turn.
So revealing the number 6 from the top of the deck, we see 2 Pot of Dualities, an evenly matched Darker or No More, and he opts for the Pot of
So
Dualities.
what really should be happening is
Find something a little bit better.
E-Hero should be
Cards off the
against
top of the deck cannot be,
a tier 1 deck, and so should Flunderees, which means they both would most likely advance if they're catered to beat those decks.
You see a Rabina.
Rabina
Oh,
is-
they noticed it. They noticed it. But they're just going with it because they don't know how to fix it.
Let the Mystic Mind live another turn. Charlie did not represent any cards that deal with it. Did not.
That's basically what's happening right now. Well, that's what I've been told is happening right now there. They know what happened. They just can't fix the problem, so they're running it.
To go for plays, but
I mean,
you are given
That's embarrassing.
unless Charlie draws something off the top of the deck.
Yeah, they should do it manually,
the
but
interesting
I
part
just
about
don't think they
this
want
card
to.
is often the turn player that has the card has to be careful when he switches it off because he's allowed Charlie to gain quite a large hand here.
Hero's definitely a deck capable of using its entire hand. A lot of the cards in the hero deck individually very powerful.
Looks like now Levi has the option of activating the magnificent map that he's just drawn for turn.
I think he will. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And one of the things to note is that Charlie has not conceded, which I think signals to Levi. Obviously, it is top cut. There's no reason to concede.
Yeah, why would he
Signals
concede
to Levi
here?
that he probably does have a card in his deck that is capable of dealing with Mystic.
It's a
Mine.
free roll.
And
Even if he doesn't have an out in his deck, he should keep playing.
Once it's gone. So if Charlie does get to activate something like Cosmic Cyclone, removing Mystic Mine, he gets the first turn.
So
to take
it just doesn't make sense, right?
One thing here
Just doesn't make
with,
sense.
Floowanderee is another benefit the deck has is often you can
If
change
you're in a
the effect
position
of the ones that
where
are
you're going to
banned
lose to something such as
to
Mystic
the,
Mine,
effect
and you have no out in your
summoned
deck,
by
and you're
cards like
1-0
Echo
down in the
Spring.
game,
Yeah, Ash Blossom
you
is
should
very
keep
good
playing
hard card
because your
to
opponent might make a
use.
mistake. Like, look right now. He got rid of Mystic Mine for map because Levi wants to continue playing, which means you're creating more opportunity now for Charlie to respond and prevent you from playing because Mystic Mine's gone now, which means Charlie has a chance to win the game.
Additional summon from the Rabina.
Yo, Silence, what's up? How you doing?
Floowanderees and Token in the banish zone to add
Yeah, it's a bit different to Macedol, I'm sure you can tell. This is the top 16 of the Continental Championships.
He is choosing the Empen.
Another Empen.
It's actually crazy to me.
Summoning again.
Hoping for no more solemn judgments from Charlie Walker. Doesn't happen.
And what's important here is Levi still has his normal summon as the other normal summon was gained from the magnificent map.
He has a normal summon and he
Are you
has
streaming today,
a
Silence?
summon off of Floowanderee's Empen as well. He wants
Just
to.
choosing to add the trap to his hand.
We know he has the barrier statue of the Storm Mines. What a
Okay,
card
so
to hand Levi there.
one of these players has gained a lot of advantage now. Mystic Mine flow, I know, yeah. Pretty mad. Mystic Mine galore right now in TCG. Mystic Mine is everywhere.
Adding back the Floowanderees and Empen, getting it back for another turn. Very
At this point here, the super polymerization will come
Okay,
down.
this is pretty solid from Charlie.
This is where Levi could
So you
have
probably
summoned
send
the
Malicious,
barrier statue of the Storm
summons the new
Mines,
TCG
Blue Red
exclusive
Dark.
Fusion,
But because Levi has his
which just Pearson lets him draw a card.
access to the continuous spell, he's in a relatively good position.
Any chance for the heroes to return here? I think that the hero play could win the game.
Although
But maybe not the match though.
he has run out of steam
Because
as
Flunderees will be starting next game. So the hero player will need to have Regeki or Dark Ruler No More, and like evening match, which I'm pretty sure he's playing.
Looks like he may already have raised them
Mine
to
too.
make him on
I think the game is over, to be honest. It could be Vortex.
using Floowanderees and Stree to banish the Floowanderees and Empen.
So now
Then
summon
goes into the barrier statue.
Barrier statue of the Stormwinds. We saw it being played in the Lureless Tri-Brigade list from a while ago, and this deck as well, obviously being able to utilize it.
I think Floowanderees put this card on the map. Magnificent map, maybe, but doesn't have a lot of extra plays. Happy to let Charlie pick it up. And this is the first turn that Charlie has been able to play without a Mystic Mine, but the barrier statue of the Stormwinds could present.
Yo, Silence, if you're on stream later, or if you're streaming later, I'll raid you after I finish. But we've got the whole tournament to finish, so probably be running, probably be streaming for another 4 more hours.
We will see the Great Tornado hit the field. Yep.
Okay.
Elemental Hero Stratos and the barrier statue of
Sweet.
the Stormwinds are
So-
fusion summoned.
Yeah, we're gonna see
Yeah,
the Great Tornado's effect.
Charlie can still summon win monsters.
Active Floowanderees and Stree there.
Both players are locked into special and win monsters. I'm back. I was helping out grilling more ribs for tomorrow's get together. Baby back ribs. That sounds delicious.
Destiny to follow up with. A pretty
You should save me
important
some.
card.
That sounds delicious.
Also have a Destiny Hero Malicious and Graveyard that Levi could have taken out with the Floowanderees and Stree. Opted for the Empen
Levi
instead.
here, looking at the graveyard.
Fusion Destiny, a card that we saw a lot, as you said, in previous formats, paired with a card like Predaplant, Verte, and Anaconda, but in the hero deck is far more dangerous. Not only can the hero deck continue to play after
Yeah, Heroes is winning this game, chat.
you get to send powerful extenders to the graveyard like Destiny.
Levi just needs to keep up Mystic Mine. He had no. If Charlie had an answer for Mystic Mine,
Plasma there, of course, because the Malicious
then Levi
is
lost.
already in graveyard, and there it is, the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer.
Oh, thank you, no pressure. You're welcome.
Even up this match.
I know, right? I would if you were here, dude. Maybe next time. I'm getting hungry though.
Pretty
I'm getting hungry.
The Floowanderee's trap card here. Allowing a normal summon of the Ravina.
Starlight DPA chat.
You can see here, of course, Charlie does not want to use his own normal summon, because activating that Magnificent Map would have been a problem for him. Levi going to do his best to test this Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, as well as the other 3 cards that Charlie Walker's in. It's also to be a Miracle Fusion in there.
So Floowanderee is an M-Pen, summoned to the field.
Seeing here slightly punished, Charlie Walker now unable to activate Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, as Floowanderee is an M-Pen. Says special summon monsters in attack mode cannot activate their effects.
Yeah, this was a mistake. You should put always DP in defense.
You maybe could have preempted that by putting the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer in defense mode.
Every hero player thinks that what, they are an enemy. What, protege? Stop it. They do not. They do not. Why would you put DP in attack? I don't know. You should know this matchup if you're a hero player. You should know this matchup.
The question here is, what can Levi accomplish? I
believe he still has that Rise of the Mega Monarch in his hand.
I assume the Rise of the Mega Monarch will hit the field.
Imagine if he gets Rise and loses DP.
But like I said, the hero deck being able to send cards like Destiny Hero Denier and Destiny Hero Malicious to the graveyard.
Why did he summon it in attack mode?
Can go into that same Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer again.
The other card that is an option is that card.
Again, he wouldn't need to, bro, if he put it in defense. He wouldn't need to make it again. What are these plays, bro? And in fact, they shouldn't be playing against each other anyway. They messed up the pairings.
Playing which one to summon, and he is looking at going into the Apex Avion, which is a negate for a spell, monster, or a trap card.
Yep, and then using the trap card will turn all of Charlie Walker's monsters to face down defense.
He hopes that the enemy is going to attack and forget his first effect. Who knows? Anti-hero for life.
Levi looking like he has played a lot for Floowanderees.
Yeah. Charlie in a bit of trouble. Not activating that Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer there has put it at risk. One of the ways you can take advantage of the Floowanderees deck, cards like Floowanderees and Empen. You know, most players usually aren't used to summoning their monsters in defense mode as an instinct when you're trying to.
Yeah. Usually, yes. Against every deck.
Normal summoning.
And if you don't know what you're playing against, you'll always usually play in attack mode unless it's game 2 and 3. However, this is game 2. Your opponent already won game 1, which means we know what they're playing. We know they're playing Floowanderees. So why the fuck is it in attack mode? Let's be real. You need to play in defense. This is top 16. You don't get any chances to make mistakes here. And we're just seeing mistake after mistake. Pro hero, not for life, but forever.
The build presence that Levi has here is quite strong against what heroes have.
It shouldn't be.
He's still managing to send the Miss Valley, the Shadow Mist to the graveyard to gain that effect.
How come he not tried to use Enforcer effect before the summon of Mist plus Wind? I don't know, man. DP in defense secures this right. He puts him in a much better position. Yes. There is 2 Runic Sprite in top cut in top 16 right now. If he rises DP, it's tough. Yeah. He can resummon it. That's what the commentator said. But yeah, I mean, cool. But he shouldn't need to. Floowanderee is a deck that could go all the way, though, chat. A very annoying deck. Players aren't playing Droplet in the main deck anymore. They're not playing Effect Veil in the main deck anymore. They're not really playing Ash Blossom in the main deck anymore. So if Flunder's value goes up, it gets better. Because it's not going to get interacted against. It will get Dark Ruled, cool. But it's not going to get interacted, so it can still commit all the cards. It can Riser, it can set up Beast Valley, it can set up the Big Penguin, which then can get the trap. Come on. He will need 2 Destiny Heroes. I don't know if you play more than Mali and Denia. He will definitely, sure. Imperm and Twin Twister are pretty necessary versus Flunder. Yes. Yes, they are. But not everyone's playing Imperm. A lot of people do side Twin Twister, though. He's going to get rid of that DP in defense in the middle.
we also Rise of the Storm Monarch way back in the day. Put in one card on the field to the top of the deck, but this one does more.
He's trying to find out which is DPE. Why are you showing?
Just confirming which cards were set where.
Why?
Now, if you're Levi, one of the interesting things here is there is almost an impulse to put the Destroyer Phoenix
Why are you
also
confirming?
back, but if you do
What is
that,
going on?
maybe
You
get
don't need to
something
confirm it.
again.
It's resolved. Why are you coaching?
And there we
The
go.
fuck?
He actually put the pot of prosperity in from his own graveyard back.
Why are you
onto his
coaching
deck
your
there.
opponent to how to beat you, bro?
That is quite an impressive play, and again, something that is possible when you've played a lot of
Charlie doesn't deserve to be in top 16.
knowing how you can get little incremental pieces of advantage like that.
Well, he doesn't deserve to advance onto top 8. I'll say that.
Maybe on there, negating.
Levi's won the match.
There is no Destiny hero in Charlie Walker's graveyard.
But a
Yes,
Miracle Fusion, though. That card. It's very old school.
Levi asking to have a look at the graveyard. And
Yes.
read the card.
So presumably Charlie is going to use the Liquid Soldier and another hero monster to make Absolute Zero, and then get Liquid Soldier's effect here.
He doesn't need to worry about Supol anymore,
Get him
really.
back in the game.
Garura
Although,
used
now that I
already.
think about it, he's activated
Yeah.
Fusion Destiny, so he's unable to make non-dark hero monsters. Or was that this turn?
Fusion Destiny?
Yes.
Yes.
That was this turn, correct? It's been a long turn, to be fair.
Yeah, it has been a long turn, yeah. Okay, Arizona comes down.
Runs Absolute Zero here. We could be mistaken. We will let the judge.
I like how he just consciously realised he should put it in defense, and realised he should be in attack.
It's been such a long turn, I forget a Fusion Destiny was activated this turn.
Hmm.
Alright, sets a card. Spell and trap.
DD Crow at Prosperity. Prosperity is a very good draw here.
Levi here just asking what Absolute Zero does.
So Absolute Zero, when it is sent to the graveyard, will destroy all
I'm down to commentate with you, bro. Yo, Calvin. Next round. Let's do next round. Let's do top 8.
play
Yo, chat, do you want to commentate with me?
today.
Do you want someone to commentate with me? Or not?
The one way to deal with it though is to try to send it back to the extra deck.
Something that Levi's deck is capable of doing, although he did not return his own Riser to his hand, something that Floowanderee's players sometimes like to do, making it a repeatable.
So
Yeah, well, that is another clean way to
that also deals with it.
at least remove it from the field to a point at which it is not that big of an inconvenience.
He used Riser to set up Prosperity top deck, didn't he? He did. That's good.
Activating that card in the spell.
Tells you a lot, though.
Did we see what that card was? He drew.
He's stacked to deck with Riser. Sick. I'm ready whenever the round will start. All right, sounds good.
Everyone watching, this is the top 16 of the Oceanic Yu-Gi-Oh! Championships 2022. Both players fighting for that top 8 slot.
And one of the beautiful Yu-Gi-Oh! Oceanic Championship trophies. All of the top 8 will be receiving one of those, as well as all the other prizes you've seen on stream throughout the 2 days of this great event.
Indeed. And Levi here really showcasing one of the things that makes Floowanderee's a very difficult deck to go up against is it is so capable of repeating the same turn over and over again, getting all of those cards back into the hand. It takes control of the game very quickly.
Ah, we see Mask Change
To nuke the board.
activated here.
Area 0, nuke the board. You won't have any monsters then left to tribute.
Mask Change
He does have the continuous spell up, though,
Zero on
chat.
board on the field into another hero of the same
Attribute. So changing the Absolute Zero into a Master Hero Acid here. So hilariously, these two cards interact where the Absolute Zero destroys all monsters your opponent controls, and the Master Hero Acid destroys all spells and traps your opponent controls.
effectively dealing with the whole entire field that Levi has.
It does. But not necessarily taking Levi out of the game. Remember, Levi still has a handful of Floowanderee's cards here.
Tribute in the Master Hero Acid, as well as his Floowanderee's Ravina.
Both will still resolve. Also noticing Charlie Walker there did summon the Master Hero Acid in defense mode, so has quickly picked up
on his previous mistake. Yeah.
Yep.
One thing to note as well, if they do get to time in the game, it's sudden death. It's not time in the round, right? There can't be a draw. There has to be a winner. So if time is called in this game, and Charlie wins, and it goes 1-1, it means game 3, Levi doesn't get to decide who goes first. They have to randomly decide who goes first.
Yeah, Charlie knows that.
Which is crazy, to be honest.
Things aren't looking too good for him. Just confirming again what the face downs are. There's a face down Guerrero as well as the Hero Monster.
And one of the difficult things is, you know, while Hero is looking to draw cards off the top of its deck, Floowanderee just has everything in its hand right now.
Floowanderee is definitely like one of those sort of snowball kind of archetypes.
Why does he
where
keep
once
showing
it's
what's face
rolling,
down?
very hard to stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. He shouldn't be.
Better than you.
He shouldn't be showing it.
You have less.
It's coaching. It's
Showcasing as well. The continuous spell is not a once per turn effect. You may do it.
he shouldn't be showing.
Tribute your opponent's cards.
Yeah.
As we discussed earlier in
He's
Oh,
the
making it
one of
easier
the
for his opponent to
strongest
beat him.
cards
He's just.
As many
I mean,
two
it's just
tribute
a
monsters as
mistake.
You have, you may tribute your opponent's monsters as well. Very, very strong effect. Charlie Walker just seeing his board taken apart here.
This is a great example of a Floowanderee's player just knowing his stuff.
Absolutely.
And the Apex Avion.
You know what's crazy?
last card.
Tributing the last monster.
Both of these players lock a Crystal BLS prize card, a Duel Link Dragon prize card, a BLS playmat, a Right Baronsia playmat.
These guys are playing with great spirit though. Both these duelists smiling and enjoying themselves.
Can you believe that?
In the top 16 match of an Oceanic.
Charlie just happens to be there, yeah.
Did not draw through the Destiny Hero
Alex, you know what's
card.
crazy? Both of these players should not.
Levi Tijac taking it out
Both of these players
in
should
the
not
top
be playing
16.
against each
He
other in
will
this
progress
round.
to the top 8 of the
Levi wants to
WBO
read them, I think.
Oceanic Championship 2022. He will go home with a trophy.
Yeah, but what if he
for
forgets the
that
face
as well,
downs?
so great to see a good duel.
Yeah, made it look easy. Fluwanderee
No,
was-
no, why? No, you shouldn't might as well flip them. Get them to look it up on Numeron. Because
Quite the impressive run for Levi here.
what if he forget? He might be angling to try and find out what the cards are face down if he can forget which one's set where. Because he did forget where DPE was set, didn't he? How come the parents got fucked? I don't know. I don't know. But they the bracket isn't correct. These two shouldn't have played each other.
Is just so incredible. And a testament to the fact that while there are so many tier levels,
Bowden should have been against Heroes this round,
if you know a deck really well, as
which is the guy that just lost Charlie.
yesterday said, you can easily take
Yeah,
it,
that's right.
especially a deck as competent as the hero deck, as well as Fluwanderee.
No, they realised their mistake of the pairings,
He has progressed through
but
to
they
the
just
finals.
are running it,
So
and no one's
we'll
complaining.
come back to you soon with a player interview when we'll cut to a break.
Yeah, potentially a player interview. We are not sure yet, but
See
we
you
will be
soon.
back with more coverage coming soon.
And why aren't they addressing it? I didn't get it. It's actually embarrassing. Yo, chat. You know when the judges fix it for Charlotte? How do they fix it? Because Yahweh's trying to fix it for their end, but they can't. He can't fix it. It is what it is. Just rotate the new bracket. Go with that. So I'm like, they should pair it manually. What the fuck? They should pair it manually. He's like, they don't want to do that, so they're just going to go with it. And I'm like, lol. How is that fair on the players? It isn't, but it is what it is. I've been fighting for this since 2019. It happened in 2019 as well. And they're so deep, this chat. It happened in 2019. That was when Worlds invites were given to the first and second place. That's right. 2 people go to Worlds from I think it's 2 people, right, that go? Yeah. So, with it being like that, what they should do is they should fix it, because in 2019, it means the players who went to Worlds probably wouldn't have been those players that went to Worlds, because the bracket would have been different. So the tournament would have ended up differently. Okay? Which means the World Championships outcome would have been different. You know, it's just, those small things decide a huge thing in the future. Means there's no advantage in to doing well in Swiss. I guess so. I guess so. Darren on Farfar stream was chatting about you. Oh yeah? What was he saying? I'm out 1 AM. Good luck in Canada, dude. Yo, Petty, sleep well, man. Pleasure having you on. Look after yourselves. Yo, chat. So, Levi's about to come on now for the players interview. And then once that happens, we'll then play some more dueling book. We won 2-0. Well, we play against 2 players. We beat them both. So we'll see how it is. Talking about the podcast. Oh, yeah? What about it? What do you mean his episode? What was his episode? Yo. The Engage episode. Our boy Elon is top 32. Yeah, he did. The Engage episode? What exactly did he say about his episode? He just brought it up. But why though? Why would he bring it up? Here we go.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Oceanic Championships 2022. We are here with our top 16 winner, Levi.
Hello.
Congratulations. That was quite a dominant display there with Floowanderee. So why did you choose that deck for the
Flunders could go all the way now, you know?
I personally don't like Sprite or Tier, and I've just been running it for a while, and I enjoy the deck, so...
I mean, one thing we noticed was like how well and like how optimally you were making your plays with the deck. So it looked like you've been playing it for quite a while.
I think 7 months, 8 months.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
It just goes to show we've had a lot of people come on the interview and say, pick a deck you understand, pick a deck you know how to play perfectly, or at least at the top of your level. And the people who have picked up decks recently, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say your opponent had just picked up heroes. I think that was also probably a deck they liked, I would say, not necessarily a meta call, but I mean, you made it look easy, and especially seeing stuff like putting the Pot of Prosperity back on top of your deck to fix your next draw is the kind of stuff you like to see in top 16.
Yeah, that was a misplay because I could have done Duality. I only had 3 cards left in my extra. So
Pretty much the same card, I guess, but why not?
And what's been sort of a key card for you this tournament?
Unexplored Winds has been really, really good because it just sends whatever to tribute, and no one really expects it because you can't really respond.
Yeah. Because of those pesky Telements.
But the thing is, people should know what Flunderees do by now.
So, yeah, it's been a really good card, I'd say.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations on making top 8, and you know, you could take it all the way. I mean, Flunderees, why not? It looked amazing. As long as you get to that turn 3, it just completely takes over the game. It's impressive to watch.
So congratulations, and we will be back again with the top 8 of the Oceanic Yu-Gi-Oh!